with Soul Ash, really the only thing to say to you is this could go good, could go bad.
Mega Soul Ash was a better name, I think. No, it wasn't.
But look, you know, a lot of people saw that Soul Ash was not required for the more advanced Lego upgrades. Well, there's a new currency called Soul Cinders. It comes from the new harder Torghast layers that you unlock based on getting high gem or star ratings.
Gems, I think.
Gems is what they're going with, yeah. So getting a higher rating in the previous layers will unlock the new layers. Those new layers will give you Soul Cinders. So Soul Cinders, I think, can presume have got something to do with legendary upgrades. So maybe those Soul Cinders go into whatever the crafters use to create the upgrade items.
Vestiges of Origin?
Yes.
Vestiges of Origination? Origin, yeah.
It's sort of hard to know exactly. Now, it's a sort of used to fuel the Rune Carver's Chamber.
Yeah, so it's likely...
That's tricky. I think the community is not particularly sure right now. All I can really say, unless you've got it,
I think I've tweeted onto it. Use to fuel the Rune Carver's Chamber. Well, that likely just means they don't want us to be stuck in Torghast for every legendary we want, but we will be incentivized to go in a couple of times to unlock the harder layers and go into them a while and then upgrade it over time to get that natural progression of you don't, 9.1 doesn't hit, we go, okay, upgrade all legendaries immediately. It's more, oh hey, you can upgrade them one stage now and then, spend another 2 weeks in Torghast and you upgrade them again. I think that might be it. That's entirely based on that Rune Carver.
It could be that, or the other way it could just be is like the Rune Carver is like, okay, thank you for this item. I need this much fuel to actually do the job. All I can say is, if it turns into Torghast again, and people are going into Torghast to get Soul Ash or Soul Cinders, even though they don't want to do that type of content, then I will have lost a great deal of faith in the systems designers at Blizzard, because it obviously didn't work and it made people sick of Torghast. I have a feeling that they maybe think that their changes to Torghast have now made it fun enough that they can force people to do Torghast for core character progression. If they think that is the case, then they are absolutely mistaken and this will not work. Because let Torghast be Torghast. Like, the only reason there is this shitey 6-floor long bastardized version of Torghast where you don't get to have a complete run, the only reason that exists is to service the Soul Ash system, because it's the worst version of Torghast. It's not fun. The only version of Torghast that basically can be fun is Twisting Corridors, where you get to have an actual run of a roguelike game. And the Soul Cinders don't come from that. So it's like this entire thing is completely bloody pointless. I think, honestly, if I was there right now, what I would do is I would remove Soul Cinders and Soul Ash. I'd remove them from the game. I would replace them with a new currency that has some form of weekly cap and that drops from the content the players are already doing. And I would then delete the 6 wing runs of Torghast because they don't do anybody any good. Not the players, not Blizzard. I would then put all resources into making Torghast a great roguelike game within World of Warcraft, because that's what it should be. And in fairness, there is a little bit of hope there, because there's the knowledge of Torghast that you can get, and the new box of mysteries or whatever.
Tower knowledge.
We don't actually know what that does yet, but that could be that system. It's just, I will not want to go into Twisting Corridors if you force me to grind up my layers of the boring version of Torghast first. If they do that, I'll be sick of it, and even though Twisting Corridors will be better, it will be Torghast.
Here's my soundbite.
We don't know yet, though.
Here's my soundbite for the week. Torghast being Torghast has nothing to do with Torghast. Torghast isn't the problem with it.
The community sure thinks it does, and that's a big problem for Blizzard.
Yeah, but I'm,
I know what you mean,
what I'm saying,
Yes, the problem is how it's been put into the game. Yeah, and that really pisses, I think, both of us off, because
massively.
We really like Torghast. We did that big video, you led it. It was like 40 minutes long of just going fully deep into Torghast. Loving it.
Class. Awesome.
And the way they implemented it in game with the reward systems just shot in the back of the head. Which is so sad. Because it basically meant that in the same way that Warfronts and Islands were a complete bloody failure last expansion, Torghast has been a failure this expansion, I would say. And that makes me really sad because unlike the, I'd say the non-PvP islands, but so unlike the islands and Warfronts, Torghast was actually essentially fundamentally really good.
Definitely.
It's just that once more, the way that Blizzard implements their content and their systems took the content and killed it.
Yeah.
Which is, so they have a lot of work to do, and I just look at this and I'm suspicious.
Yep.
I really hope,
so.
I really, really hope you can just the upgrade is some other way. If your average WoW player, after complaining about Torghast and Soul Ash, then has to go back in and do the harder, slower layers. Yeah. Now, in fairness, it will be good. You die in this new Torghast and you'll still get Soul Cinders because it's not just a binary win-loss state. So that is way better.
Likely based on score.
So it'll make people far less unhappy whenever they reach issues in Torghast, but fundamentally, it still, for a bunch of people, will be just them being sort of forced into, mandatory content as it's sort of commonly put in the community.
Sure.
Yeah. I saw this and my heart kind of sank because it initially looked like, because it was like the Soul Ash upgrade value on the cost table for rank 5 and rank 6 Legos was 5,500. It was just a copy paste of the rank 4 one. So the value was missing. That led to a whole bunch of us thinking, whoa, maybe it won't be like how it was. And then I saw this and I thought, oh dear, every time I want to upgrade my Lego, will I have to go and grind up some of this?
I mean, why would you do Torghast otherwise? I think is Blizzard's thought.
Because it's fun and I'm playing a game that they made.
Can they rely on that?
I think in this case no, because they did not put anywhere near enough reward content or progression into Torghast. It's like they made a minimum viable product of Torghast and then starved it of oxygen.
Yeah, they clipped its wings and now Torghast can't fly.
Yeah, and that makes me sad because, we sit here and we try to defend the fundamental virtues of Torghast to an audience that is just constantly spamming comments of Torghast sucks, Torghast is terrible, remove it from the game. And we're sitting here thinking, no, don't remove it from the game. Torghast is absolutely great. It can be fantastic. We just need to not have its wings be clipped.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So
for some reason that reminded me of Jeff Kaplan's leaving quote for Blizzard, which was the Overwatch quote. Don't see the world for what it is, see for what it could be. See Torghast for what it could be.
That is something that a lot of the corporate defense force of Blizzard struggle with, which is really funny because it's the motto of Blizzard's very, very sort of positive vibes game.
Yeah.
And people ask, why we're critical of World of Warcraft so much. And I think it's obvious. For us, it's because we so clearly see the potential the game has, and we see it take hits. There is, World of Warcraft has got drama after drama after drama after drama. Almost every system they put in feels half-baked in some way and doesn't really work as well as it should. And we're just sitting there kind of pulling our hair out thinking, my God, think about what World of Warcraft could be. I think that maybe the WoW players who moved on to Final Fantasy or some other game, they can now look at World of Warcraft and think, wow, this could be so much more. But perhaps there's just a group of World of Warcraft players who are only World of Warcraft players. They kind of mono game it. They don't play a lot of other games. It's the only thing they really know. So they don't think about the game like that. Yeah. Maybe that's what happens.